All right, what is up, YouTube? My name is Matt Modi. My full-time job is as a content producer and, more importantly, betting analyst for OddsJam.com. And in this video, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to teach you how to use the OddsJam bet tracker. So in a little bit, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through the OddsJam bet tracker, how to use it, all that good stuff. What I will say before I get started, tracking your bets is one of the most important things you can do, excuse me, as a sports bettor. It might not seem like a big deal, but you need to understand whether you are profitable or not. You need to understand where you are profitable, where you aren't profitable. Everything is incredibly important. And there's a couple reasons why. Number one, sports bettors that lose money could still win 50% of their bets. Sports bettors that make money could win 54% of their bets. Now, a 4% difference doesn't feel like a lot if you're just the individual, right? You're placing 10 bets, you win 5 or 6. You're placing 100 bets, you win 50 to 54. It doesn't feel that much different, right? It's still hovering around the 50% mark, but it's still literally the difference between winning and losing money. Minus 110 odds is the most common odds you'll see scanning through a sports book. If you place every single bet at minus 110 odds, you win 50%, you lose money. You win even as low as 53%, you will be profitable. So that's why it's important to track. You need to know, okay, are you making money or not? You can't go off of how you feel. It's also important to understand where you are making money and where you are not. Are parlays really profitable? Are they not profitable? Are you making money betting football and basketball, but you're losing money on hockey? What about sports books? What sports books would you say that you're the most profitable betting? All of that comes from tracking your bets. And the reason why I'm talking about the OddsJam bet tracker is because it's completely free. It doesn't cost any money. You can use the OddsJam bet tracker for completely free. And the OddsJam bet tracker, which again, I'll show you how to use it, has some amazing tools, amazing features. Number one, it auto grades your bets for you, marks them as won or lost. Number two, you can sync the OddsJam bet tracker with some of your sports books. Now you can't sync it with every single book, but your BetMGMs, your Caesars, your WinBets, your PointsBet, Barstool, you can sync directly to your OddsJam bet tracker. So you place a bet on Caesars, you refresh your OddsJam bet tracker, and guess what? It's there. And then it does all of the nitty gritty. It tracks your total profit, tracks your pending bets, tracks your ROI, your CLV. It gives you graphs on your profit over time, gives you graphs on your profit by sport, profit by sportsbook, profit by bet type. It's all completely free. So that is why tracking your bets is important. So now let's teach you how to do it. So what I have up on the screen here is just my OddsJam homepage, literally oddsjam.com. Now there's a couple places to start, and I've already started teaching you why it's important. So let me start with the very, very basics of using the OddsJam bet tracker. Here's what it looks like. It marks your bets as won or lost. As you can see, had a little bit of a cold spell on this one. But this is what it looks like. Now you can filter it. You can filter by pending, won, lost, refunded, half won, half lost, completed, whatever. You can filter by bet type, normal, low hold, arbitrage, middle, blah, blah, blah. You can track it by bets that are only synced, meaning you use the automatic sportsbook syncer, or just regular. You can filter by sportsbook. You can filter by sport, by league, by market, all that good stuff you can filter by. This is what it looks like. Now, I'll tell you what the red and green and all that stuff means, but this just to give you a brief idea of what it looks like. Now, how to add a bet to the bet tracker. So let's pretend you're using the positive expected value page, the OddsJam positive EV page. You add a bet to your bet tracker by just clicking this plus button. So I'm adding this PointsBet one, plus 125 odds. Let's pretend I put 50 bucks on it. You can either click save and hide the bet from the positive EV page, so no bet that you've already placed will show up on the EV page, or you could just save it. In this case, I'm just going to click save. So the bet is added to my bet tracker. You can see in a little alert up there, this bet has been tracked. And now if I go to my bet tracker, if I refresh it, guess what? We see the play here, James Conner over 3.5 receptions. So it's telling me the bet type, positive EV. It's telling me the percent of the positive EV when I place the bet, and then all the information that you need. bet created when I'm recording this Monday, November 21st. The sportsbook points bet using Colorado's odds. The event name, 49ers versus Cardinals. Start date, market, reception, bet name, odds, all that good stuff. So that's how you, add it from the positive expected value page. Now you can also line shop using OddsJam for completely free, and you can add bets to your bet tracker using that way. So let's say, you know what, I'm using the OddsJam free line shopping tool. I'm going to the Monday Night Football game tonight between the Cardinals and the Giants. And guess what? I am going to bet the 49ers money line. Well, Cardinals versus 49ers, not Giants. I was thinking baseball. I'm going to bet the 49ers money line at minus 400. All you need to do, just click this button here. Now, for BetMGM, I've already linked my BetMGM account, so it has this alert saying you've already linked your BetMGM account. So if you add this to your bet tracker, you have a duplicated bet. So that's cool because it tells you if you can't remember what sports books you have synced and which ones you don't. And guess what? You can just do it, or this tells you exactly if it's synced or not. But regardless, that's how you add it from the odds page themselves. You just click a play. So let's pretend I'm actually betting this on Circa. Now you don't see the alert. I bet $50 on this one. Click save. And as soon as it saves, guess what? If I refresh this page, guess what? The 49ers money line is here. And now it says bet type normal because I didn't bet it from the positive EV page, and there is no percent next to it either. So it's not telling you positive EV percent because it doesn't exist. Now, a couple things to keep in mind here. What the green means is better odds in the closing line. Now, the closing line is the no vig odds on the positive EV page. It's the perfect line. Green means you are beating it. Red means you are not. So that's kind of how that makes sense. What I will say is when you first add a bet, it takes about 10-15 minutes for the CLV to populate. So that's why it just has the same odds as the bet that I placed it at. But yeah, so once it updates a little bit, it'll change, and whether you're green means you're beating it, red means you are not. But that's how you add a bet to the OddsJam bet tracker. Now, there's a couple different ways you can sync your sports books. So if you go to the bet tracker, completely new, you can sync it here. So you click Manage Sportsbooks. And so these are the sports books that I have already linked. But if you want to add one, all you need to do is just click Link Book. Obviously, I'm in the United States. You click your state. I'm in Colorado. You click the sports book that you want to sync. And then once you do that, you click Continue. You have to enter your email and your password, and that's how it'll sync. And you can do that for every single one. Another way you can sync your sports books is if you go to the home screen. There's like a little page on the right, as you see here, sync your sports books, add, edit sports books. I can also do that here. So once you sync your sports books, let's say, okay, so you placed a bunch of bets on Caesars. All you need to do is click, what you need to do, go to the managed sports books, and you can refresh a book individually, or you can just refresh them all at the same time. So if you click refresh all accounts, it'll go through, and as you can see, it's refreshing, and then it'll tell you last update whenever, seconds ago, once this officially updates. So here you go, updated a few seconds ago. It takes a little bit different amount of time for each sports book, but once all of these are refreshed, what you want to do is click Sync Bets. So if you click that button, you see right up here, Sharp Sports Refresh Initiated. Please refresh the page in about a minute to see your most recent bets. So you click Sync Bets, you wait a couple minutes, or about 1 minute, you click Refresh, and the bets that you placed will show up here. Now, obviously, I didn't physically go and place any bets, but once you do, the bet will be placed here. And you'll know how it was added because it'll have this little alert here, automatically synced from Sharp Sports, or it'll be blank. So the ones that are blank were not synced. The ones that have this refresh button are synced. Now, let's pretend that you accidentally added a bet manually for a sportsbook that you have automatically that syncs your bets. No problem. That's okay. When that happens, a little alert will show up here that says, so right now it says show open bets. A little alert will pop up that will say show duplicated bets. If you click that, it'll show up opportunities where you both added it manually and the ones that were synced automatically. So it shows both. So it's really easy to have when you accidentally add one, you just show duplicated bets and then it'll give an option. Is this a duplicate, yes or no? Because maybe sometimes the system just has an error and it's tracking two bets as the same one, even though they shouldn't be. So you can say whether it's a duplicate or not, and then you are good to go. So that's how you use the bet tracker. It's pretty easy. So here are the insights that you can gain from using the bet tracker. So you go to bet tracker, you go to dashboard. And this is your home screen of all of your different sports betting. You can filter it daily, weekly, monthly. You can filter by a specific range. So you want to look at the past year. How did I perform in 2021 to now? Up 11K. How did I perform just the past month? Up 5K. How about the past week? Up 12K. Or you can also, 1200. You can also do custom date range. So I want to say, okay, how about I look at 2022 to now, January 1st. I want to look at all of 2022. So I click January 1st, I click now, up about 9,400 in the year 2022. So that's how this works. So let me just look at all time. And now what you can do gives you your total profit, your pending bets, your ROI, and the percent you beat CLV. So the percent you beat CLV, that comes from the percent of your bets that are red or green here. That's kind of how that works. So you obviously want this number to be high. 65% and above is pretty good. The higher, the better. Profit over time. So you can look at it. So this is by month, as you can see. Since I've been using OddsJam for over a year now, I have had 3 down months. May, June, freaking baseball season, and August, another baseball month. Up in September, up in October, currently up in November. You can also view your profit by sportsbook. So some sportsbooks I'm better at than others. Barstool, not so great. BetMGM, great. WinBet, not so great. But FanDuel, PointsBet, pretty good. Another PlayUp, not so great as well. Profit by sport. So I know that baseball I really struggled. Down 1,600 betting on baseball. But football, good. Basketball, really good. Hockey, not so great. Soccer, tennis, all not so great. MMA, pretty good. Then you can scroll down here, look at your profit by bet type. So normal means that's something that you just added normally. Free bet, obviously, is from a free bet, positive EV, odds boost, all that good stuff. So you can use this information to say how profitable you are on certain markets. So that's kind of how the dashboard works. It's pretty simple. And the last thing, let's say that there's a certain bet that you cannot add directly from the OddsJam page for whatever. That's fine. You can manually add a bet from here. Add bet. Then you just enter in all the information. Sportsbook, the market name. So let's say you bet a FanDuel odds boost. Just say FanDuel odds boost. And you enter the market name, the bet name, the odds, the amount that you wagered, the bet status, all that good stuff. The one thing that I do want to preface that's very, very important is any bet that you add manually will not be able to be automatically tracked. So if you bet a team's money line or whatever, add it using through OddsJam, I should say. Add it through OddsJam. Add it on the positive EV page. Add it on the line shopping page, regardless, whatever. Add it through the OddsJam website itself, so that way it can be tracked. If you add a bet manually, it won't be able to be tracked. You can also export your bet tracker, which is really, really helpful. So you click this button and you see a little pop-up CSV file pops up here. So people that want to run their own analysis, you can export your bets. You can also import it using a file from your computer. It just needs to have the files filled out here. You can input your bet tracker. You can also search in the field here if you want to look for a specific bet. And then you can also filter by like pending one, as I already showed you. So if I want to search like, okay, how many Eagles games have I bet? Search Eagles, and guess what? Here are all the Eagles games. Pretty good luck with my bets on the Eagles games. A lot of won, here are some lost. You can search a specific team, you can search a sports book, whatever. That's how the search function works. And then lastly, so these 2 bets I added, I didn't actually go in place. So let me just go. You can click this check button, and then I can delete. And there they go. You can also, if you want to like update the status, you just check them off, click update status. But that's how the bet tracker works. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it makes sense. If you have any questions, feel free to email contact@oddsjam.com. Feel free to comment on the video with any questions. Other than that, if this was something that you enjoyed, please like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, and that's all I got. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.